Live from Radio Row, right here, Super Bowl 59, the SportsGrid Network. Big game on Sunday, Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Donnie, Rightside, Joe Lisi, Akbar Gbajabiamila from the NFL to the NFL Network. How about that? Yeah, come on.
I like that, man. That was good. That was really smooth.
Absolutely. How you been treating down here so far in New Orleans?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
You know, it brings back a lot of memories. It's crazy because I'm staying at the hotel, just, kind of full circle moment. When I got done with the NFL, retired, I got into broadcasting. My first job coming out, big job, was calling college football games, CBS College Sports. And we did the Tulane game here, and I'm staying in the same exact hotel on the same exact floor, and I'm going, yo, this is crazy. I remember studying and going through my notes and everything. So it's good to be back in Nolens, and having some fun, seeing some of the guys that I've been watching all year. It's really cool. It's like a little reunion out here too.
Yeah, you got a unique story as well, because for most people that don't watch, we see in the NFL, Raiders, Chargers, Dolphins. Yeah. But how did you get there? I know the big family, and family is big to you.
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, it's a crazy story, but the short of it is, I started playing basketball at a very young age. I grew up in L.A., Lakers fan. I wanted to play for the Lakers. I get to high school, and my brother is balling. He played for the Packers for many, many years.
Yes, he did.
And they were like, yo, you got to play football. I'm like, no. I eventually said yes. I realized that it was hard to play football. Right. I started getting fouled all up on the football field. Coach was like, there is no foul. Yeah. This is physicality. I quit. My dad made me start playing. I played. And I just took off from there. Got to San Diego State, had a chance to play with my brother, but then, got to the NFL as an undrafted free agent, and I had to work my way through. So from there, a couple of years with the Raiders, a year with the Chargers, and then the Dolphins. And, it was just such a cool ride to think that I almost didn't get that opportunity because I didn't know the magic and the opportunity that I had in front of me playing football. So I give props to my high school coach, Crenshaw High School, Coach Garrett, who pushed and stayed on me to play football. Otherwise, I wouldn't even probably had a lot of the opportunities that I have today.
It's a great story, too, because we see a lot of undrafted free agents, right, make NFL rosters and then have an impact, right? We have a great game on Sunday. When you look at the Kansas City Chiefs and Philadelphia Eagles, just a breakdown for you, a prediction or how you see this game playing out.
Well, this is one of the hardest ones because you've got two really good teams here. We've seen the excellence for the Kansas City Chiefs for a very, very long time. And then you've got this pretty cool story because we know that the emotions in Philadelphia can be very volatile.
Right.
They can be very, very high. They can be very, very low. And remember, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago where the Eagles were starting off 2-2, and everybody was freaking out, like get rid of Nick, and he's yelling at the fans, and they started to just pick everything else. But credit to Nick, Sirianni for being able to turn things around and in the midst of all of the criticism and stay focused. I also want to give a lot of love to Howie Roseman and just how he's been able to collect and pick and be able to bring in guys who people gave up on. There's a theme here. People are ready to give up on Nick Sirianni, right? They stayed with it. They believed in it. People gave up on Mekhi Becton, right? It's like, oh, he's a first-round bust. Stayed with it. He's now crushing it at that guard position. Big reason why Saquon's been able to ball out. You find all of these themes across, and you see that Zach Bond on the other side. But when these two match up, the biggest issue I have is no one can stop the two offenses that the Kansas City Chiefs run. You've got Andy Reid offense, and then you've got the Patrick Mahomes offense. You're like, yo, what's the Patrick Mahomes offense? Patrick Mahomes offense is when things break down and things don't go the way, and you're going up against the number one defense, it's going to break down. Yeah. He is the best when it comes to situational football and making things work. And those guys know how to do playground football better than anybody in the league. That's why all of their games have been so close. I love Kansas City Chiefs winning this game and keeping the theme alive. 28-21. Wow. Kansas City Chiefs win this game again by one score.
How about that?
And, I mean, they better not win by like 3 or 4 scores. I'm like, come on, man.
Exactly.
Like, it's 28-21. I got the Kansas City Chiefs winning.
Keep it easier. And by the way, Akbar, you played in the NFL, and now it's obviously a new media game here. Your transition from the NFL to media, how's that handled it for yourself, and also big things in the future?
Yeah. I'm looking to really cool things. It's really cool. I had a shorter NFL career, and to think that, I've been hosting American Ninja Warrior for 14, 15 years now.
You do the course, by the way.
I did the course. I did. I ran the course back in 2018.
That's incredible.
2018, 2000. And that was really, really cool to do that.
Yeah.
But it has been so cool to have that experience. It's the longest job I've ever had in my life.
Yep.
And it's been so fulfilling to be able to have that to spin off to the talk as well, to be able to have those types of conversation. I did a pretty cool show in Fiji, which was kind of like a survivor type show, Fight to Survive, working at the NFL Network. So it's been really, really cool
awesome.
to have that and to have that transition. The Football Shield has really done an amazing job being able to really help athletes branch out and do other things.
Since you've been able to make that transition, what piece of advice can you give maybe younger athletes that are out of the game, whether it be across multiple sports, that they're looking to do something else or maybe start their own business and hit a little bit of adversity? What would be the piece of advice that you would give them to maybe get ahead or get over the hump, per se?
I think a couple of things. One, I think, is while you're playing, utilize the platform that you have with the NFL logo and the shield, because you can get any meeting you want if you are a player of a current roster. It's different when you're not on the roster. Nobody wants to deal with you, but when you're on a roster, they want to deal with you. And so you can get any of those meetings. So having the ability to have the foresight of what you want to do in the future.
Right.
The other part is financial stability. And you think, oh, these guys are making millions and millions of dollars. Of course they have financial stability. A lot of times you have big overhead, and if you have a big overhead, sometimes the pressure is, I got to keep it up. I got to go rush to do the next thing. And that's part of the reason why I'm even here with Experian, because so many athletes, when they're done in their transition, they're thinking about, financial security and what to do, so on and so forth as far as management, and not even just athletes. I think people in general. With being here with Experian has done this really cool thing. It's the beginning of the year right now.
Sure.
Everyone's still in their, I have my New Year's resolution and I want to be financially better and so on and so forth. Well, Experian's got this pretty cool subscription going on now. I've talked about Experian Boost before, where you can improve your credit score by just submitting in your payment for your utility bills, for your streaming services. Now they've got this new feature to where you can go out right now and they can cancel out all of the unwanted subscriptions that we all carry.
That's good deal.
And
that's a good
we're
deal.
about spending on average about $1,000 a year on unwanted subscription. You're like, how, $1,000 a year? Real talk. I bet you if I went through your phone right now and I went through your phone right now,
absolutely.
I bet you there's at least
Wasted
2 or
money.
3 of them that you're paying $20 a month and you have no idea because you're just going. So,
and I utilize the service. I told you. I pay,
that's right.
I pay the credit service to get the monitoring, and then they tell you where you can save money.
I know.
So it's a great product.
Yeah, it really is. And it saves you a lot of money. So I would tell anyone, go to Experian.com. Make sure you're out there and you're able to really kind of take control, get back control of your finances, because it's nothing worse than getting tricked or hoodwinked into going, hey, look at this new cool app. You're like, I love this. 30-day free trial.
There you go.
7-day free trial. And guess what? You're so
2 years
excited.
later. 2 years later.
2 years experience. And Experience like, no. We ain't playing around. We got the experience on this. We're experienced. We got this. Hey, they're getting you, right? You ain't used this in 3 months.
Right.
Get rid of it.
He's got the talent. He's the man. It's Akbar Gbajabiamila, Donnie Rightside, and Joe Lisi, live from New Orleans. Akbar, thanks so much for the time.
Absolutely.